So I'm going to play you a tape from a journalist at Inshira FM. Okay? Yeah, yes. I know the new one too. Yeah, I'll come to that. Yeah. I'm going to play a tape from a journalist at Inshira FM who is not an MPP person. So you hear the analysis he makes about the person who has just been changed. Then I will tell you the political implications of what has been done. And then also I will tell you the economic implications of what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has just done. Let's listen.
Yeah. And yes. Now, only Papa will be a mechanic. If you don't know, make us all your Juma pa, and now I come with you. So comments in your 44 jack. I don't know my appointment. I don't know what you're going to. Now let me fact check something. I'm out for so called retirement and you're no credit. Prof, you were in 1975. We called the website of the National Development Planning Committee. The date of birth was 9 December 1975. There's a Prof. December when you'll be 50 years. Now, more for the back kind of sadly, say maybe I will present data be a bit of cardiac arrest kaka. I say no, joke kaka, and I'm for the kind of. But omo use data to say me. Omo media work to say me. They back on make kai prof panel is data. Yeah. Oma Ghana Statistical Service by Yakono. Oma for the first time I'm for Kasobu Koti data. Oma you adiebi akokwa na edi na sheba the data the channel to say any to say. So never power any Ghana Statistical Service and minim that's Ashanti region. About region of Mapuno diesel proximity say fee eco hospital sa index na near poor Ashanti region minim. Sure. And never plan come say Ghana you come multi-dimensionally poor. Or many radio sets. Or more dying crowd mad houses, only radio, only access to your insurance, multi-dimensional poverty index, and the idea poor pan. Something regional minimum. What's a walk and bizarre and Kaifanabeka? Oh, no, the region. Because of poverty index needs had them the way you treat known for the here honest hardener. But Papa way say Jumano. International Day of the Girl Taboo so the data by a man in school. Data be a NEET. Not in education, not in employment, not in training. What was the of Ghana you for home? Oko school home, Oko baby straight home, Oko training centers and home. Papa way the data. So he brought some visibility to Ghana Statistical Service. Now no information there ban any probably inside John Mahama Sanano. I hope again there's a subjective. Yeah.
Okay, so let's listen to the second and the final one.
Yeah, Pam for a man for Canadian or retirement in me. Who's another man for some just Mahama you poor because of retirement. My cat was an Yano credit. Poor for the 50 years. Public service and 60 years or 10 years ahead of you. But then you also connect other civil society as a month can say how they appoint the public, the chief statistician. I say as we win year Mahama Day. It's my American baby. All responding to media and say Dr. Philomena Nyako, very placed Dr. Grace Bediako, was confirmed as government statistician in May 2013 after acting in that capacity between January 2012 and April 2013. Or say when Dr. Grace Bediako retired under controversial circumstances. So Dr. Grace Bediako taking early retirement and only UNDP Koya Juma. Now I say
okay. Now the reason why I play this tape for you is for you to understand. Say, sub position where His Excellency John Mahama, a professor free whether the PhD would have buy, and yet position I did diagro. There are certain places you can afford to do whatever you want to do with those places. Let's say for instance, YEA, Udi Malek Koho and Fao Bien PMMC, right? But for Ghana Statistical Services, no. See, it is supposed to be based on competencies. Now, and yes, ebia if whenever a new president comes now, by all means, NIPA or director or statistical services, so we in free or Debbie. Do you know why? Because for your statistical department as a nation, no, you need somebody that can bring you sincere data. You need someone who can bring you what? Sincere data. Not somebody that is going to do yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and go and massage figures just to please you. Because it is based on these figures that even you as a government, you will even do budgeting, you will do forecasting, and you will do everything. It's based on data that is going to be provided by the Ghana Statistical Services. Now, NIPA, His Excellency Mahama, or Pamnu say, no, or your beer now, or your prophet, or your lecturer, or UCC for 18 years. almost 20 years before he was appointed to become the government statistician. Now, ideally, no, the reason why many people are even talking, and you see, the new person coming, Dr. Al Hassan, we don't have anything with him personally. In fact, Uhun is severe, or somebody, or a force to reckon with. Okay, but you see, he has been appointed under controversial circumstances. Why am I saying that? Ideally, before the president appoints anyone to be the head of the Ghana Statistical Services, they actually advertise vacancy. So it's not like the normal appointment that is done where president can just sleep and think, say, oh, this person is fit for this role. No, for this very one, for the Ghana Statistical Services, they open application. People apply. They have requirement. So when the people apply, then a board sits down, which board includes representatives of the civil service. Then they do vetting of all the aspirants. Listen very well. They do vetting of all the aspirants. Then they pick the best person who has performed well during the vetting, and that's the board that will recommend to the president, say, 10 people have applied. We have vetted all of them. This is the person who is most outstanding among them. So, appoint him as a government statistician before the president will even consult the Council of State. So that is what is done. It is because of how sensitive this role is. And you will realize that even for the Bank of Ghana governor, the process is not as rigid as what I just described to you. It tells you the importance. You can go into a negotiation with foreign partners. You can go into with foreign partners, and then they will sack you, or they will reject whatever play you are bringing because you have wrong figures. And in fact, it has begun happening to even at forcing already under this government. Mami says, what year was the past one was appointed in 2019. Before he was appointed, no, the person who was there before had gone on retirement. And Akufo-Addo, Nipanu call retirement. Then somebody was brought in to act for 3 years. And also called retirement. Before the open application, and 4 people applied. Before they picked the current one, that Mama Isakino, 4 people had applied. And it was out of the 4 people who had applied, when they went for vetting, these 4 people went for vetting. Then this person, whom is Professor Kobina, Ama Pamnu say, he was the outstanding one, and they recommended to Akufo-Addo, and Akufo-Addo consulted Council of State. Then he was appointed. That is how the whole thing goes. And you saw how a journalist was saying that it pained them. It pained them Now, let me tell you the truth. You see, we are here to educate ourselves, right? Good. As far as asking, so it's not a political appointment. Per our constitution, it is a political appointment. And the article is article 185. Per the constitution, is a political appointment. But over the time, governments have seen, in fact, since Jerry John Rawlings' time, they've realized that, look, we cannot allow for the president to just be using his discretion to appoint whoever will lead the Ghana Statistical Services. From Jerry John Rawlings' time. So the institution, GSS, sat down and drafted this internal arrangement for selecting who would lead the institution. And everyone until now has abided by that. Akufo-Addo abided by that. Okay? In fact, during the first coming of John Mahama, the first person who was there from 2012, okay, Dr. Grace, the NDC started, you see, they came to a time that things were not going right. 2013, 2014, thereabout. They wanted to massage figures, were trying things, it was not working. So the woman was so frustrated and she resigned. When she resigned, do you know what happened? Quickly, UNDP picked her up, gave her appointment. The next person who came, also, because they were not giving her room to really do research, they were not even giving them money for research. No, research demands a lot of money. Until she retired. Then an acting came under Akufo-Addo. For 3 years, we started seeing data that you can use for academic work, data that you can use for planning. We started seeing all this. In 2019, then the rigorous, very, very rigorous selection went on for this man, Professor Kobina, to be appointed. And you see, all these things I've just narrated to you, then John Mahama, His Excellency, just gets up, he sacks the man, even though the man still has like 10 years to serve. He sacks him. Now, if you have sacked him, go through the process. Let them open for vacancy. Let people apply. Let them go for vetting, interview. Let the competent one be recommended to you. Then you appoint. But this one, he just single-handedly sat down and said, no, God damn all these processes. I'm appointing Dr. Al-Hassan. Even Council of State has not yet been asked about their approval or not. So you see that the letter that came from Felix Kwachi Ofosu is that pending approval from Council of State. So if you're a Council of State, most of the people there appointed by John Mahama himself, the president has appointed somebody, you say that no. So you ask yourself, why is the NDC government willing to brush all these processes away just to select somebody randomly? It is because, look, over the next 4 years, there is a deliberate attempt to massage the actual state of what our country is going to be and what our economy is going to be. Deliberate one. Because if Ghanaians maybe go to the website of the Ghana Statistical Service and realize that 20% of Ghanaians are now under the poverty line, they will ask, under Akufo-Addo, what was it? Oh, maybe it was 15%. Then it means that more people have become poor. Then Ghanaians maybe might want to make decisions, electoral decisions based on those. NDC doesn't want that. And they are willing to even jeopardize foreign aid, foreign investment, and all just because of this evil plan.